Olakira TV ewangan olusholema.
Nena ewangan olusholema esibajo Olakira TV. Teneki ntobula orkuak lang lor Maasai, enkutuk ang, isirwai lang, isingolioitin lang, enkishopo ang, inkanisani ang, weramatare pookin naipirta olosho lang lemaa telolong'ata. Tenekishukoki olosho lang inkilani, kipik orbakune yodede lerikore ang, ormanyara, enkisuma, eramatare oswam, enkitukuja, osiligi lentaisere ang, namayana. Ejo oledukuya, taleno yorgiso ilenchashur, ninang silig amu menang silig keon. Tiatua Olakira TV, keakiye kuna pookin amu ninye ewangan olusholema.
Olakira TV ewangan olusholema. Osim Lentara tenebo Eric Panay Olemuntet. Olakira TV ewangan olusholema.
It's about to go down. Thank you so much. Poa kabisa. Ito kiti apa? Kisilewa. Kaya bauga. Nolo kana goleng. Neja maire rona adu amka yo laja ra rishiro lungana goleng. Keire yolo wajo kanyo kiata tara de nolo.
Olakira TV ewangan olusholema.
Boleh. Marara kanyo duara ana ni grai marara di nolo. Roli musi rogi penyam jo digai daldungana. Ora alungana siadi miki yo ni giranga sai jimbana ibertaninje. Kesi bainani ji rolling.
Narok County, but not in Narok County.
Okay.
You Narok County, Nira or Barnoti. Can you be meaning of the Hill of Barnoti?
Oh.
Can you be meaning of the Hill of Barnoti and Narok County? Then I could get County Dicking in Gera, Duri, Iromba, or Barnot, I just remember. Can you be Miguel, Duri, Lord Barnot, Laura Vibrant? Not necessarily or Robo. Baganana, our is one animal to Sapukoling, at the Dialana East and Narok North, and you to Ru, I just remember. I knew Miguel at Narok County, Nina Bigia, I don't want to lower invitation alone. They would know I am a yoga and a bar. They would not have a gray maggie, Kajina, Eric Panay, Nara or limited Olakira TV, to Simlandara, picking it up, Icon and Aja.
Kibora nano Jacqueline endole surum ekayo lor kumoko leng ana entomono ni nadupa. Na me yaneja kaira reimwe nyamali. Kanyora rabe mikiara luri oningo lo idimra raninche airo raro limumba na eberta ninche. Kanyora re nyamali kelari kok keluri lor kijana mera mila mari amei boisho yen kumok.
So to the Jackie.
Kabisa.
Very good, very good. Now we're asking you now, I just said Mikiara a whole audience, get a panel that didn't win the sabo, Duru Lava, Shalom, Janani, Organizing Janani, the Woody to Breaking Dragon and Asia. Now, Kia Senior panel that didn't win the Nabonu, and I'll try a video about Niki Sharon and Jen in the Mato Yaka, Kilikuan at Anijo, Kilikuan, other than all, Tepekake, I just said I just said Tepeka, and Anijo WhatsApp. We are like SMS and we are WhatsApp, nothing more than you. We are WhatsApp on the number, Roganayo, Facebook, to get a copy in the Ladies and gentlemen, the day is here, and when it is here, we finally deal with it the way it comes. I introduce second time from my far right adesina nivila iteutikiamu show nikiata adesina na Johnny mwenyewe John Omekeo, karibu sana bro.
Ashole.
Na ni chairman le Ololona Elite Youth Organization.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Ashe.
Moraidia kamera ita yorma sa jeni dingai ni kono aboloya.
Ashe doleng Eric Asholeng Olagra TV ore tongarna kaji John narolo lekiok nanu chairperson loltururo lor kijanani oji ololunga Elite Youth Organization nanga sera baiki na ine weji naja Asholeng.
Thank you so much adisina no Asholeng. Ore si tugi gurugore ni jana sininye legaile mkali sana na rasmi organizations chairman le TRM. Okay, TRM man. Ndio kata ipo ngana kuna TRM. Karibu sana na wewe mwenyewe nimera hiyo mondi wale karibu sana. It's good to see you.
Actually, my name is Shanana Olentaudi, Shushanana Dauli, Nanangarni Yololo, Nara Chairman, Lina Ambuni na GTRM, Shulo Turu, Lord Barnodo GTRM. Or related to Lord Barnodo GTRM in full, na the restoration movement. Nagara Chairman, Lino Duru, Lord Barnot, in the Lower Narok East, Nara Narok County.
Thank you so much. Oh, so yeah, at least today I understand. And I know that man. Uri ni ya rasmi mheshimiwa nominated MCA na Ngwa County Assembly ya Narok, the most vocal MCA nikiwa the county assembly na wale sio kila bado tunajivunia na yeye ambao wani nini nitaendelea aiwakilisha hiyo vizuri na hiyo ndio siajo hata leo. Ile mambo yote tutaamua hapa na yeye assembly. Mheshimiwa CK enole nchoe mheshimiwa karibu sana, it's good to see you.
Kangas Rajanta Super Bogin.
Yeah, it should be working.
Kajita nanu mheshimiwa Sintei nara entito lenchoe tona iswea nara nominated MCA te Narok County Assembly te chama ODM.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hiyo mengine tutajua baadaye. Wale kingine kwa nicha my immediate kiongozi na geji Eric Ananano na ninye director Lord Barnot kwa kasi na hilo ninye director la Narok County ambana ipata Barnot na wote yale kikini kwa na kwa kina effect 11 in terms of our county representation lele na ninye adesema bila ile rudi mingi kwa niswali. Karibu sana mheshimiwa boss.
Ashole my brother. Yolda rongarna na ndolimogi na kaji Eric na rolo marilo le tarakwai national county government the department youth and director youth aja Ashole.
So a lady and two gentlemen, you are most welcome. Na kira na audience yetu yote ambayo wako pale, you are so much invited. Karibuni sana. Wale kigununo nija kitajua na niara swali na bana niara kama na bana niara jaki atakuwa hivi punde kekera isomagilo lo yolo lo gilego kingo kwenye kommentare we are taking a short break ajosina na begi tumogia ni jaza risha ni miado na yako mila mari amuna engara gele giramba in a short while we shall be back bigger and better. Mila mari
Osimlentara Tenebo Eric Panai Olemuntet.
Nena ewangan oloshole ma esiba jo Olagira TV tenekin tobula orkuag lang lor masai enkuto kang isiruai lang isingoliotin lang enkishopo ang inkanisani ang wera matare poki na ipirta olosholang le maate lolongata tenekishukoki olosholang inkilani kipikorbaku ne yodede lerikore ang ormanyara enkisuma eramatare oswam enkitukuja osiligi lenta isere ang na mayana ejo oledokoya taleno yorgiso ilenchashur ninang silig amo menang silig keon tiatua Olagira TV keakiye kuna bokin amoninye ewangan olusholema.
Olagira TV ewangan olusholema.
Nena ewangan oloshole ma esibajo Olagira TV tenekin tobula orkuag lang lor masai enkuto kang isiruai lang isingoliotin lang enkishopo ang, inkanisani ang, weramatare pookin naipirta olosho lang le maa telulung'ata. Tenekishukoki olosho lang inkilani, kipik orbakune yodede lerikore ang, ormanyara, enkisuma, eramatare oswam, enkitukuja, osiligi lentaisere ang, namayana. Ejo ole dukuya, taleno yorgiso ilenchashur, ninang silig amu menang silig keon. Tiatua Olakira TV, keaki ye kuna pookin amu ninye ewang'an olosho lema.
Olakira TV, ewang'an olosho lema. Osim Lentara, tenebo Eric Panai Olemuntet.
Wow, actually, my word of TV is a similar additional show. Many great in the Sapo, actually, and the Sapo and the biggest conversation. Many great in the Convajo, Kaji Puno, Piera, I just remember the Lord Parnot, Tanara County, Lord Nimo, Lord Nimo, Lord Nigra as Jamba, additional Naramata, Night Tamba, Kolo Piera, the Narok County, Kegoman Piera, I know what is the problem. Gracias a Dios, nagaino na naendelea. Hiyo maswali yote ndio nilikuwa na nafanya nikasimamia very able audience na timu wetu na kitu Jackie na roho yako ishara ni hapo ndipo kusinja aidha European nje ndipo kwa hilo nilikuwa msinje kidipa. Lady and two gentlemen, once again karibuni sana. Put please microphone zenu zikae mbali sana. Mheshimiwa, usichoke na microphone yako maana itakusaidia. Si ndio? Very well. Can I start with you? Ladies first. Why do you think? I don't think Olduru Lord but not making proper catayation county assembly. I don't think. But if it is one, please tell us. And then why don't you think I know Mimiga Olduru Lord ni more Tenaro County?
Asholeng Eric. Kajore na jana de maiteru nyena kwanza. Keti hapa turuti. Amoro Olduru labaye na nona 𝐂𝐿𝐴 Kiriyo University. Na ilo tutu abale musho lor kijanani again nyena ne Narok. Eshu students aboro masenari universities. Na graba I propagate issues of youth. Na pole ramu I will totally mix with English. Yeah. Yes, so hiyo mtanisamea. Kakore na be ishu nyinari shara ishu be ishu lelo kijanani aba sukul. Ijo ne do yesi ayo tututi. Na ore bijengora na CI, there are a lot of underlying factors as to why we've not had very active youth groups. One of them being politics. You realize towards an election, huwa kuna nini mingi, geti tururi kumogoling. Kakore kulotururi, they attach themselves to political candidates. So that instead of actually advancing the youth agenda or the youth issues, nego siasa ni sujita. Nego de na gara na no siasa ye ODM na ara sana no ngiri faction na ara diaro le loruri ya mwata badu ata tuseme diaro 𝐾𝐿𝐴 na ga ora bagel tungana. Ore bagira na no irashe na ga era ge sinte faction nenye ne era Eric faction nenye. So we had neorina leadership. Ore be oral leadership, then the point of that group is lost. Amo megure na isia ye youth etigi, ere isia ye self interest, amo siji yo siasa ilino. Peidol tena gere ntoki nikitumoki. Ore yaneja ekiata si issue goodwill tiatua county. Amore tutu lor kijanani nemeeku tenemere goodwill tiatua county. And for the last 10 years, and this is actually a fact, we had a county government in place that one did not engage the electorate or the youth themselves. So that the few people who are around the county government, na aljoreta lor governor, aljoreta lor tungana koti county. Nego mera ina goodwill, nemitoki si aku keetai fund. Amora dia rakijana niltururi, we are limited in terms of resources. Megera na resources. Exactly. Nemigiara na amu eron gera kutitik, nemigiara nkishwang. Like labda sugul again deba, nilori yongoro nkirisi ya ino. Mere ntoki enye ekiomonu siyo ntokitin ang kakore kiomonu keishoruno te county metaa keeta youth fund kake itu akata implement meeta youth fund te county neeku ama miata entoki niasishore niasa nememana te town nabo aya. Okay, thanks.
Mheshimiwa Johnny, I don't know why I call you Mheshimiwa wake sawa dwake. You are a chairman Ololunga Youth Elite Youth Organization.
Yes.
I understand that you are getting more than 5 or so or 10 years,
Yes.
something of that sort.
Yes.
I don't know to you, yadanda linyi kage olina region na inyi lo ibongato na I don't know. Mayuta na first of all, tanga sayeto ligiyo kajama ate ye te generally te county kainyona greta nyamali yo. Pai tumia ya isaidia hiyo labda ajo shitumia ndere haka Ololunga Youth Elite be survivor to this far. Ne rena na di factors na ajine siasa na rai funding ni pegi ni mera ta funding and organizations.
Ashiro leng Eric ore ta be yakona na aranga sana ajo ka jijo na rolo lekiok nara chairman lilo turu na lo tejo Eric. Ore entoki edukuya na I second Mheshimiwa Sintei jere kiata turilo urbanot challenges. Kaina jore entoki naawa ninye yoke nikiti sai we are not 10 years but we are close to that. Na ore entoki edukuya na naboisho. Ore entoki are na we don't engage in politics. Ore an organization na it is an unpolitical platform. Neeku mikipik siasa. Neeku keyau ena toki yo tenebo iltung'anak loonduan naapasha from different political affiliations. Ore sii enkae naa kesipa njere mikiata any policies natii county government to be specific Narok County naagira aiguide ena siai orbarnot. Ore enaa natejo Mheshimiwa Sintei, yes, mikiata funding. Nemikiata naaji matejo orbarnot iropiyiani for that case. Kake kai najo I want to say, ore taadii sinche orbarnot naa maniki kiata enkiti toki ang' eba neba. It's only that keyieu ake nikinyorraa ajo we come together, we focus on the youth agenda, nekipuo inakata dukuya. Amu ore ake pikitoni ajo pekianyu siasani ashu kulikae tung'anak metu ibung' iyiok inkaik enaa elelero, nemeeta naa enikipuoito. Yes.
Please tell me, Amate ye, from a county perspective, what do you think is affecting our youth? In our closing remarks.
Yes. Ore entoki edukuya. Yes. Thank you for that correction. Ore entoki edukuya, kaina ng'as ajo the county is not supporting the youth. Tentoki nabo. We don't have any one policy saa hizi nagira aing'or ena siai orbarnot. That is issue number 1. Ore enkae issue number 2 na enashoto orbarnot etii, we are not organized. Amu tu akata kiponu aing'oru maybe one umbrella nayau iyiok tenebo different organizations. Amu ore enaa natii nitejo, we have so many organizations te county, but we have not come together under one umbrella. Amu enara naaji tenikinoto tenikimbung'are ng'ole nikiyau entoki nabo, nanara saai ekindim aiofakama those kind of challenges. Mbaa are nena. Ore embae uni na politics. Ore siasa naa ninye enkae naorita irbarnot. Amu ore entoki nikidolta naa ore a good number of politicians naa kitumia ake irbarnot enakata siasa, nishori iyiok promises. Ore peishunye siasa, ning'uari iyiok ake matushukoto olapa kesina likitii. Neeku those are 3 things I can say naagira ai-affect county ya Narok esiai orbarnot.
So just before we go to the audience, we can confirm your words and thank God Mheshimiwa Sintei is here. Madara, if you think it's a policy, we will send her today. Mheshimiwa, you want to make a correction? Before we, okay, 1 minute.
Kayuna Jaganna's correction to John, there is actually a youth policy. Kera youth policy, kage ore stage nati, ero need to buy implementation. Kage get a youth policy, amore ba jinguna no county. The first document I asked for was the youth policy document. Kage robera gapa draft today serikali need to imegi. Leo nada then serikali not to implement. In fact, today, because I sit in the youth and sports committee, we had that document. We were going through it today, so that to badilishe, we make a few tweaks on what will be needed to be, what will be added to the document. Eshundogina ita uni, eronetuge yoga assembly, pege ya public participation. Negware duo meti yaba, era nageti sai.
So keta document nagata.
Yes.
All right. Aya, ore kitini wengi Mheshimiwa Jodi. Hold on.
kaingai na awa ena document, right? Na kainyo content ena document. Na mamulo lorgi jana niloti audience. Ajo senu bila itereu. Can they attest ajo they participated in that policy? Na geti director, thank you. Hold on. Lele director Lord Barnot. Please tell us. Mheshimiwa Sinde say there is already a bill, a policy or Barnot. Nati I don't know what stage. In fact, she can confirm. Or you, you can confirm a policy. Now, tell us and tell the cameras of Narok County. Ajo itipeka baina in a policy year or ngai. All right? Dosho na kainyo content nati in a policy. Na itipeka po ngai because as far as I'm concerned, for example, me, I don't know this year, but the audience are there. They can confirm with me. I don't see whether I ever had in the public participation a policy in a development assembly or director.
Ashrolling. You'll then a doya. Na Marpi, Calvin in your leg. Kavikola Garonga, my zero Yelena doya, na Casabacari in a draft policy. Kaina show yana showing Mishimo. Mulekin cho ninja. Petu moki actually ni nyangole nyekin cho. Ni nyangole na iteka ina initiative. Pe na committee na itashiki ninye. Na kangas nya jogirma sai lengara naro Kenya kita Madam Sinte yule. Amu yolo pelo tu kolongia dokoya. Na ina toki ngasa aldo gilwa. Na yale bana policy niki ndirutu hapa June 2022. Last year. Niki atapa na yala ba organization na support na National Youth Council tenebo o UNDP. Nchapa gra I support na CI. Mu yana debo yetero na ngiti committee tero ne. Na yala bana committee kere ni nyidia garai ole mereru. Iri war kijana lolo sikanyo jikale. Shikana test kanyo nya mumboto dwene ara di lolo sikanyo bodwa oltongo jikale aba former secretary general kajege yolo sinyal daniel ratia eti radi apanyo. Ninjapa ni gara bar kijana ne 7 or 10, they were 10. Nebo I draft tenebo or assembly upon a day doing a kote. Me myself I was there. Cardinal Neweji. Kagana Limil and exactly Katiaman on Nature Minister Linakata, Native Linakata, one another director or whatever Sani or Ari, or Jolentia, or Tongan plus Colloquian 10. Nikibas Nasi. We have a very good draft youth policy.
So just before we get to the content.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the audience, Lord.
Yes, Kayolo.
Yes. Is the email
Casaba.
Lord,
yes.
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 Guys, we confirm.
Very good.
Now, just before I ask that question, I'm making one did you do any public participation?
Very good.
And where and when?
We did. You know, public participation. Like in validation. I mean, public participation. Need the assembly on and a committee. I might. You'll be by my. Nikipo all sub counties as in the public participation. Kakita sana validation. Nikumpo work jana ni miambili.
Okay.
The champai.
Did you really capture these issues of these guys? So TRM, nyinyi ndio mnasukuma hawa jamaa sana. Now, what do you think is affecting us? And I think it is the reason we for example. Kanyona gira itanyamali yoke na Narok County.
Okay, ashera Eric. Kase batari unana atejo una waheshimiwa nikiboitare ne. We want to concentrate on only the challenges that are affecting the formation of alliances in Narok. Na duendo kene na iboto yuma itwaji.
Exactly.
Na ore one ayuna najo ore shida na bo. Na reta aldongana ka sure barnot yoga barnot na ndogi na laws. Ore laws na sheria. There is no any legality na ishuru ya shona na outlined on how we should engage youth. Na idem na ila rikoka engage yo na idem lega rongani aka engage nyo mera ina sheria. Roningo ore sheria na ta youth na berre shunia ngate siasa. Ore yena bibuaya, ore yena na pa bana kage mera a very well articulated guideline on how we should engage youth. So ningo merara rayo lariko neti mera sheria na jo engage youth hivi. Amuda na gero sheria anara gore no lemunde or governor ndio fuata na sheria na jo ukiingia hivi lazima youth tano wakwe wapi? Wakwe mahali fulani. kajo tadi kining'ito aitobiraki. Ore paa tenaa ketii oshi sheria naengejieki nena youth enata ore pimees orgavanai neyai kotini ashu imees orbungei neyai nyoo. Neeku ore kwanza makosa nabo ashu challenge nabo laws mikiata ina legality nikiengage naaji youth direct. Ata naa tenadumu TRM kaidim ataa kagira ake aitumia ina wave mobilize iltung'anak metaasa ena nayieu kake meetai sheria nagira asuj ajo paitutum inyoo. I'm just using my own. Number 2, universities. Iltung'anak oitera apa yiok. Ore pinteru KMSA najito naaji Mheshimiwa Sintei nintoki alotu Masai Mara nintoki alo akeyie ata UN ono Maseno lapa tung'anak muj oidipa. Ore peishu lelo tung'anak neetuoki oshi ore enakata ake anaifomieki KMSA nesidanu. Ore peeponu ninche aing'ua niteruni aoro. Neeku ore peedumunye naaji matejo Ole Mundet nedumunye Ole Punyua nidol county musima mitokini aata enekigilat keoshi aicombine irgilat ajo Odomong'i Orokiteng. Nelotu ake ina toki neeku naa megira aing'oru olarikoni oota enkwe king'oruni olarikoni ake bora olalang. Yes, nening ejiko matoosho Odomong'i naa oltung'ani otii university nakata ina nkolong'i ake neji ore amu eitangasa ng'ole kuldo ate ekintangasa siyiok ate. Toning'o?
Those are some of the challenges nikitodua tolturruri lo university.
Yes, ore kwanzia ine mitoki naata goodwill amu meetai naa youth orgilat obo naibung'a ninche aitayu olturrur lorgilata lenye. Kitii naa nyoo kitii county. Neeku nenkai challenge nikinkaja nenkai challenge nikiata. Number 3 naa pride. Urwasa naa kemanya yiok irmaasai. Ore piikinturrur taata yiok lo turruri ore peekintaa Ole Mundet chairman ninteki ina pride ning'as iyie ajo itabayie openy. Naa nkuti olong'i ake eya nijo ematar ena murua. Oloning'o neeku mikiata nyoo mikiata ina leadership itu yiolo ore kuna kwapi ena naaji teneetai kulo alliances orkokoyo naashomo dukuya naa keeta iltung'anak oitubulutua toolelo turruri. Mikiata yiok iltung'anak oitubulutua yiok on leadership skills. Atuna ngira ake abulu openy aitumia lukunya ya kuzaliwa. Nilo openy aitumia kake ore piiji konji peekilepunyeki penyo nilo yie pi. Ore peekiji chairman ninteru yie ajo etaa party time mekure olturrur. Number 4, I think I'm finalizing. Number 4, now attitude. We don't have very few people. Ore alliances, kuna ore youth, now ore 80% ni kujitolea. Na ore na attitude, ore irbarnot kumok, meeta ninche na attitude najo. Emaibung'ata naaji peekimir agenda naje. Amu tenaa ketumo na attitude pookin na positive attitude towards forming those alliances, we could be far. Naitabaiki.
Back to Mheshimiwa, he mentioned peki tumta introduction I propel yo, matter we are going on the right trajectory. Mheshimiwa, he mentioned again by law. Now please you and the director will guide us. First of all, is there such a thing? Can there be such a thing? Na idimini for me a law na riko esia yorba not na county. Matter na pick up from there. Meta tena kama ninye uldo barnotla nara naga mamunye to kiliki girambo na uniki kilikwano para naga document idea na nadie na jito director it is already there. Please enlighten us briefly about the law part of our organizations.
Thank you, Eric. I would first of all want to make it very clear that there is a law but a bylaw. Okay? There is a national youth policy 2019 document that requires every county to come up with a youth policy. And this is exactly what we are doing. I know that Kajiado has already passed the youth policy because I was part of a group that worked on that, including the agenda policy. Now, in a document in 2019, it now requires every county to come up with a youth policy, which now becomes a guideline of interaction between the youth of the county and the county government. That becomes the link. So once this policy passes in the assembly and becomes an act of the county government, it automatically becomes a law. So that now, if anything happens, like Ntaoni is saying, tenetu itabari not a youth, eshura netu create a funds as in a far because even in that document policy, we are creating a youth fund that will have a chairperson at the county, even though the chairperson will be required to be an advisor to the government, to the governor. He'll be advising the governor. Never nine analo to our law, but what he has said is true because we had none. Kage, Oroshipe Migiata, just to go a bit further, Migiata because we have not found people who had any interest to youth. Amo and Orana Najit or Dogana Koshomore Duga you, they are not bothered with youth issues. They should Nagara youth, Amore, for example, Nanolorigana MCA, Narigina Jogata, Gulirungana, Uchilarisure, whose issues have not been articulated and they've not been dealt with. Nina sahau, nenda kufanya mambo yangu. Nego meta ina, kitubuno na tubuluni tungana. So no one is interested to go a step further to make sure that there are these laws in place. But the beauty of this now is, it doesn't matter who comes next or the number of years. Keo gere an act of the county government that protects everyone. Neo gere da ina law as at now. It's actually a legal requirement for every county.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Director, please, my question. With the voice of the other. Please, just to follow up and in a CIA law, and remember, these guys are waiting to ask you about the content. Follow up on Mheshimiwa. So now, is it what you have given her? Is it what you have received? Do you agree that what you have received is it?
Yes.
The one.
Nejetu. Etisipata di Mheshimiwa amu yiolo tadi ena toki elotu aaku sheria naa keeta stages naimu.
Okay.
Yiolo saai pee amu kindipa yiok kira executive kelo cabinet aitoki. Yiolo pee idip aima te cabinet nelo assembly kake yiolo ninye itu yiolo cabinet keng'as aim ena committee naitasheki esiai orbarnot te assembly naa ina saai easita no Sintei naa kajo kidio oleng pongezi tina. Neeku yiolo tine yiolo pee idip aima tine yiolo naaduo enda the whole house pee epuoi naa aenact metaa naa county government act peeku naa sheria. Na yiolo ake ena ina natolimuo keeta policy nagira guide yiok enapa national youth policy e 2019 naa ninye taapa naishorua mandatory pee itai kila county policy enye. Na yiolo naa pee etumi ena policy naa ninye nai guide kulo kijanani wesiai eramatare pookin. Meeta oltung'ani oitoki aikaa, meeta enitoki aiko tenewosh kombo, meetai. Naa tenisum dii saai na policy, meetai policy naijo ina. It is one of the best. I can assure you.
In a few minutes, 2 minutes, because I want to get to the audience. Enlighten us, I mean, get structure
kalimu kutiba na option agari sidain. Tolo ntoki ndugu kwanza na ngasa apik na youth advisory committee. Yakamanga na iteruni agelo oltung'ani te ward kuanzia ward level na iteruni atuma oltung'ani kuanzia ward level mpaka county level. Yakamanga ta yolo betimi na advisory nitokini sita county youth board. Yakamanga ta county youth board na include kulo tung'anak na ninye netu itasheki ena siai orbarnot pookin tiai tine wueji. Yakamanga.
Okay.
Ile ni arintoki important oleng natii na creation of youth fund. Iropiani oltururi. Peyie yiolo kulo kijanani lemetum amu mikitum pookin isiaitin neeta iropiani naiterunye biashara neeta iropiani dii ninye naidim ainyang'unye ntokitin kulo tung'anak otii SACCOS lotii cooperative aikunakita nejia. Neeku keng'as aaku ki-create county youth fund. Keeku naa naa apuo aitaa metaa naanyoo metaa naa nena laas ilo kasi. Ekimung'ita neki-include naa yiok tine. Yiolo entoki euni natii na inanyor oleng aitoki i-consider ena siai technical courses.
Okay.
Amu yiolo taata yiolo ena siai technical courses naa ninye yieu nikijoki irkijanani meshomo aitaas oleng. Amu yiolo piindip kuna technical courses ana ena siai ya wiring ana ena siai nidolta esiai studio kuna courses pookin naa kegira ai-create a lot of employment. Ma ninye tenijing ele duka eme karibu loreren iltung'anak kumok logira aitobiraki yiok isimui kake ore nikiata iltung'anak lang kumok otaasa kuna technical courses naa ketum it is included there. Yiolo enkae toki natipika oleng ai-include tine wueji naa esiai employment. Kejo meeta yiolo toorkasin pookin oosi yiolo 70% naa irkijanani naa lina county metii liaiwei lina county 70%.
Okay.
Neeku liaji ira private sector ngira altu enewueji aasisho ira NGO ira akeyie enkampuni naba nenira naa yiolo 70% oltung'anak lilo aiger tine wueji ino naa irbarnot liaji.
Okay, lina county.
Lina county.
Neeku na tata policy nalotu aijibu noshi swali.
Aijibu noshi swali pookin.
Ore biasharani nyone niko.
Very good. Yiolo nene mwisho important naihusu ena duo nimpotunye yiok kejo piifomi one umbrella naiteru airo kwa niaba orkijanani. A youth based organization nabo naiteru airo issues na keeku independent. Naiteru airo issue orbarnot. Yes.
Thank you so much. Actually, Johnny, you had something before I get to the audience. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 and then we take a few reactions. You had a small reaction from audience.
Ashere Eric, kajo ore tadi ideas na ya utua my sister anyway or my brother then they are very good ideas.
Okay.
But the challenge is, ore yo saigrat barnot, I don't think I think we don't have time. Mogire saigi adare shata. Homo 10 years. This is another. And this is already another 1 year. Eloira agado goya. Negra ragar barnota and delay kaja. Masiku sinaenda. We are moving out of this bracket. Ore the Sharane Madamu, I've heard about the things that are in that policy. I'm running a CI advisory board and a regime organ. But this time round, as a youth, Kajo, we want action. We don't want talks.
Yes.
If it is true that that thing is in that house, and we have a majority of the youth MCS there, Mayola Junior on a grey book. I think the main challenge now is here Yola Rigoka Mira Jognai, Ketir Barnot Kage, Neji Mera ideas, Neji Mera Robiani. We have all those things. The challenge now, the main issue now, Larikok. Ninjara Rore Vedolinduara show organize groups Nagra Unua Grenebo, Neoshialonia. Negora Amagaje Wognage in a issue, a unique timeline. Okay. I'm getting with you and energy youth director. And when is that thing is going to be having, when are we going to have that public participation? Okay. Then the other thing is a manager sub counties for Genavo, Narok South, also sub counties. Aya ukuna idea sekolah barnot, anai homera elwana around the mesa, they come up with that bylaws. We are just following up on that policy, the national youth policy. So we need to engage our youths from the grassroots. Be there.
In fact, and I know